Hello everybody, this is Ender's Diamond, and in this video I would like to talk to you guys about some new news that we have gotten about Fallout 76. Now this is not brand new, we didn't just receive this, but this is a big chunk of news. It's not just one single piece, and it's a big mechanic of the game that we'll be discussing and that we've heard about. So a key part to any open world RPG game is trading and the ability to acquire items, weapons, armor, whatever that may be, through methods that are not just killing things and, grinding for things and killing other players. It will be very important that there is a merchant system and there is a system that players can use to trade with each other or with NPCs. Now, as we know about Fallout 76, is there will be no NPCs in the game. That means no human NPCs anyways. We do know that there are a few other types of things like ghouls that can sort of wield weapons. They have said that in the No Clip documentary. And the other thing that they have said, which we must pay attention to, is the fact that robots will be usable by players. And what that means is you can set up a robot to manage a store. My guess is you'll also be able to manage a store, and you'll also be able to trade other players, and you'll also be able to just, drop something to give it to another player. But the robots will be huge, because you don't want to stand there manning a shop all day, and once a day encounter a person who will come to your shop and will A, blow your head off, B, steal all your stuff, or C, trade with you. So, you're going to have a robot do it for you. So this subject has been brought up in another video before, so you may be wondering, why am I making a whole video on it now? Well, let me explain. First off, something very important about these robots. They're more than just, oh, a robot that manages your shop. Oh, that's cool. They're a version of storytelling. Now, you may be able to give a quest. I don't know, I have nothing to back this up, but it would be really cool if you could give quests using these robots to other players, maybe set up a reward system, maybe say, hunt down this monster and bring me back its skull, and then to give a reward. Even if it's a simple thing like, give me this and I'll give you that, but as long as you can sort of set it up like a quest, it could be really cool. The other thing is with no NPCs, how are you going to trade? In Fallout 4, we had Diamond City, we had Good Neighbor, we had wandering merchants you could just trade with, and you could trade with your own merchants that you set up. In this game, yeah, you can trade with other players, but honestly, most players in the reality of the world are just going to go and kill you and be like, that was fun, or like trade with you and like then in the trade menu, like, blow your head off, or their friend will or something. Like, that's the reality of multiplayer games. That's just what happens. No one ever wants to, like, cooperate and, like, enjoy the game and actually have fun, because that's not what people like to do. So these robots will add another way of trading. While you may be able to trade with some other generic robots that are just already in the game, or players that you have on your team, or if you rarely do encounter a player who is allied with you, or a friend. And maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe everyone will want to trade because there's a serious advantage to it. But if you're a player who encounters a robot and you know, if I kill it, it's going to be easy for them to just repair it. So I might as well just take a look at what they got, because it's going to cost me more in ammo than it will cost them to repair it. So back to something I alluded to in the beginning, which is why? Why do I need to make this video? I've explained some reasons, but not fully. So now I'll explain fully. This is another thing closer to the old Fallout, but further away nonetheless. It's close in the sense of now you can trade with other players and you have a bigger sense of trading, right? There's more trading than just people on my team or dropping things, or rarely when you encounter a person. No, there's a lot more trading now. But the reason it's further away is players are going to set it up. This is players' stuff. That was not a thing in Fallout 4. But, in my opinion, this is a good thing. This is one of those things where it's like, I couldn't really see it backfiring. They have to really screw it up and really limit what the robot can do and how the whole trading system works. If they really limit it and don't give you the tools to really set up a nice, quality trading system, then maybe it wouldn't be a good thing. But this is definitely something that excites me about the game. And that's to the larger point of, I do think there are a lot of good things in this game. I would have rather seen Fallout 5, yes. However, this is what we have, but I don't think this is a bad thing. There are a lot of players who are really against the idea of an online multiplayer Fallout, and for some players, they are missing out on a lot. For example, the story elements will kind of not be there, and the ability to play offline without internet also not be there. So if you have really bad internet, unfortunately, this game might not be great for you. Also, you will have to encounter and interact with other players, as completely unpredictable. everyone might be a terrible person, but then again, you might encounter a lot of great people. There are some things that make me kind of nervous. One of them is the nukes, but honestly, I'm not that nervous about it. I kind of don't think it'll end up being a griefy thing. And I don't think the players will end up being griefy. What I do think, though, is that we will encounter some griefy players, and we will encounter lots of bugs and glitches that make the online portion not as fun, and the whole, like, oh yeah, this map storytelling might not be there as much as we had hoped. But there are a lot of good things, like this trading element. I would have loved to be able to set up a shop that I control with my own stuff in it for other players in Fallout 4, but now I can do that. And there are a lot of really great things like this in Fallout 76 that I'm really excited to see. And who knows, we might see some really cool and unique things like the ability to add a legendary modification or to create a weapon that's only our own. We can name it something really cool, make it a really powerful weapon, and then put it at our shop and be like, this is the highlight of our shop. So players in the world might hear about, oh wow, this guy tends to have a lot of really cool and creative weapons, let's go to his shop. Because we might sort of see a thing where things you do in the world don't just have other ripple effects that are predetermined with other NPCs. No, they have ripple effects with the player. They actually affect the player. Other players will think about it. So that's something very interesting, and these are all things that I'm really excited about the game. While there are negatives, I think overall Fallout 76 will be a fun game, but we have to wait for its release. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider liking this video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you enjoy the type of content. I'll make sure to post regular updates on Fallout 76, and make sure that I get you guys beta content as soon as the beta is available. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on a future video. Bye, guys.